Please go subscribe to the Rumble channel for Franchise Sports TV under the name FSTV22. Now, I'm using that Rumble channel for any purposes of me getting kicked off YouTube and also for more of my spicier joints. It's free as well. I have the freedom to say whatever I want to say as well. So go subscribe to FSTV22. That is Franchise Sports TV 22 on Rumble. See, I want you guys to see this graphic right here. This graphic comes from NBA memes on Facebook. So that's where I'm getting these from. And according to, I think this is off of Twitter, Legion of Hoops, Rich Paul, if Steph wins in the bubble, do they discredit it? No, they don't. Regardless of who won in the bubble, it will always be discredited because players did not want to play in the bubble at all. But before I make my point clear, you know what? All you little stormtroopers, little choir members, whatever I call you today, no matter how much yelling, kicking, screaming, belligerentness you put on in the comment section down below, no matter times you call me a hater, that does not affect me anymore. Come up with something new. It's getting old, as LeBron has been in this league. But you guys have tried other ways to insult anybody who thinks differently than you. Stretching out the truth. Actually, it ain't stretching out the truth. Let's say widening the field goal. Moving the goalposts. To make your claims about this guy. Whatever you want to make them. The facts, statistics are out there. You can change statistics no matter what. You can keep saying that Ray Allen or Kyrie did not save this man's career, help him get those rings. You can try everything. Still won't change the fact that he's 4-6. It won't change the fact that I ain't gonna listen to none of y'all. Cause all y'all guys' arguments have been nothing but emotional. Because I know when it gets emotional for y'all gotta start bringing up money for some weird damn reason. I don't know why you keep bringing LeBron's pockets into a basketball conversation. We're talking about basketball. We're not talking about how much money LeBron has in his bank account. He got more than you two. So shut that crap up. Stop bringing that up. Never gonna work because it's irrelevant to the argument. I saw a couple of days ago somebody brought that into the argument once again. I'm like, what does that have to do with basketball? But anyways, going back to Rich Paul and what he said. Yeah, I think if Steph wins or anybody wins, it's always going to be looked at as a side-eye accomplishment because now everybody wanted to play in the bubble. There was no fans. There was no transportation going back and forth, especially when you got to the finals. It was like they was playing in an open gym somewhere, so there's no pressure really to be put on them because there was no fans in there, once again. So, like I said, no traveling. Everybody stayed at the same hotel. Everybody played at the same gym. It was like it wasn't no different gyms with different depth perceptions and all this different crap. So, yeah. And somebody said in the comment section of that picture, somebody said, oh, that was the hardest championship ever. If you don't get the hell out of there with that spit, it'd be a different story. If the Lakers and the Heat had to travel, because traveling from Miami to LA ain't no joke. That's traveling across the country, continental US. I have done it before, and it's no joke. It's a long ass flight. But let me be clear, that's not the issue here. That's not the issue because think about it. The game with the 6 games, right? in the 2020 finals. So LA, I think, had the higher seed and a better record. So they started in LA. After 2 games, they'll go to Miami, because now also, let's not forget, the finals setup has changed too. So now they're going to Miami. Spend 2 games in Miami. All right, the series is tied. Was the series tied? Did they ever tie? I barely watched that. Actually, I ain't even watched that finals. But yeah, whatever. The series was clinched in 6 games, so that they would have clinched it in Miami. Lakers would have clinched it in Miami. So they had to fly back from LA to Miami, back and forth. None of that happened this time around. So shut up with that. But anyways, and also in this picture, somebody also said that Steph doesn't get slandered for blowing a 3-1 lead in the finals on a 73-win team. That's all you heard in the summer of 2016. That's all you heard. So what? Anyways, see, this is what the media does, and this is what the fans do. They do stuff like this and say stupid stuff like this. I do recall blowing the 3-1 lead was probably the biggest joke in 2016, because it was 3 different teams that actually blew 3-1 leads in that year. It was the what's they called, OKC Thunder, who blew a 3-1 lead to Golden State, and it was Golden State who self blew a 3-1 lead, and then later that year in October, the Cleveland Indians, I called them the Cleveland Indians, blew a 3-1 lead to the Chicago Cubs. I know it's baseball, but whatever. And not many people wanted to start that season either, that bubble season. I'm going back to that as well. But Adam Silver had to listen to Daddy Warbucks, and Daddy Warbucks gets what he wants. So, anyways, enough of this. Goodbye. Oh yeah. Before I forget, let me tell you one more thing. Keep in mind, going back to that bubble season, you do realize that everyone had like 3 to 4 months off. And there was a couple of teams that were actually doing better than the Lakers at the time. One, my Bucks. The other one was the Houston Rockets. I can't remember the other one at the top of my head right now. They was all doing well. As soon as that season got shut down, messed up the chemistry, messed up the flow for both of those teams. They didn't do too well in the bubble, but you know who did well in the bubble? Because they was all nice and healthy now. Let's not forget about that 4-month break as well. And also, they didn't really face anybody. They faced the struggling Portland Trailblazers team who barely got into the playoffs. Not the Warriors, the Rockets, well, they barely got past OKC. Denver wasn't the Denver that you see now. Let's not forget all about that. But then again, they forget all about that. And of course, Miami was not the healthiest Miami either. They weren't the Miami of this past season either. At least the Miami of this past season was healthy, somewhat. With the exception of Tyler Hero. But Bam was hurt. Gordon Dragic was hurt. But anyways, I know some people are going to start crying in the comics, whatever. They did not have the hardest route to the finals in the last 10 decades. And let's not forget about the freaking jokes that were constantly being made all during the summer of 2016 about the Warriors blowing that 3-1 lead. And whoever would have won that bubble season, they would have been seen as a bubble asterisk behind their name. It just so happened it had to be the Lakers. So anyways, now I'm done. Goodbye.